What's going on, guys? It's your boy DaVinci HD back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the CineBack FX30 and FX3 attachment. The only catch is this particular model isn't exactly Caleb Pike's design from Camera Foundry. So when I first heard about a concept like this and seen everyone raving about it on YouTube, I definitely wanted to get my hands on it to see how it would mesh with my workflow as a handheld guerrilla style shooter. One of the biggest problems I had at the time was that I couldn't really get my hands on Caleb's design as it was on pre-order, and there were only certain periods of time where you were able to pre-order the design. Now, at the time of shooting this video, however, his design is in stock, so you might want to jump over there and get it while you can. And while the AliExpress model I have is cheaper, I would still highly recommend Caleb's design for a few reasons that I'll get into later in this video. And there are other companies that make a model of this design. I think Rigid Pro is probably the most notable that I've seen. However, their payment process as far as checkout, I'm not really sure if it was just something with my banking system on my card, but I really had trouble getting my bank to really approve the purchase. However, though, I'm pretty relieved to have found this model, especially for the price that I got it for. So when you order it, it comes in the mail with this V-mount module. It has some D-tap ports on it. It has a top and bottom cheese plate for mounting, as well as a space on the side to hide your flip screen. Now, the keynote to understand with a rig like this, regardless whether you get this model, the CineBack, or the Rigid Pro, you're going to need a cage on the actual FX30 with the NATO rail in order for this to fit. The recommended cages are either the small rig or tilted cages. My particular model has a newer cage on it that I had laying around already, and thankfully it was able to fit. But if you're pricing this product and you want to make sure that it's able to fit, you want to go ahead and just get the tilt or small rig cages. It also came with the screws necessary to mount it to the FX30 with the cage on it. Then once I was able to do that, I went ahead and added a top handle, added a side handle, and then I put this Field World 4K monitor. It's a 5-inch monitor on top. For me, it gives a better view of my frame while still keeping that incognito build. I wouldn't be able to do that with like a big, humongous 7-inch monitor. On the front of this thing, I got my workhorse lens, my trusty Helios 442 with a mounting adapter. I also got a front angle adapter to give me a wider field of view. So with all the calculated crop, it gives me about a 40mm equivalent. On the front here, I've got a mini matte box by Fotga. It's the S-Lite 3, variable ND on the front of that. And on the back, I had a couple of GVM V-mount batteries laying around, so I figured I'd use those for power. They're a little bit older, but still usable and still add a considerable amount of weight for this rig. And it lets me be able to balance this rig pretty well. But that brings me to the one caveat that I have about this particular model from AliExpress if you're thinking about investing in it, and why I would recommend going ahead and going with Caleb or Rigid Pro's design, is because when you take the V-mount and you slap it on the back here, you don't get that same satisfying click when you place the V-mount in this one as you would with the other models, or really any other V-mount system for that matter. Now mine, even though it doesn't have the click, it's still pretty much secure. There's nothing happening to it, but just not hearing that is maybe just a subconscious thing, but I really like to hear that click when I put my V-mount in there to let me know, okay, I got it in there, it's secure, and I don't have to worry about it. But other than that, this rig has been absolutely everything that I needed it to be for my workflow, and this rig will probably more than likely stay like this. I'm very much a handheld shooter, and I got a video coming up on why I chose to stop using gimbals and stick to being a handheld shooter. But for those of you who want to know if you haven't done this to your camera yet, it's definitely a go-to. It definitely offers an easier workflow as far as mounting, power, and overall balance of your rig as you build it. Like I said, this particular model is an AliExpress replica knockoff. I paid about 120 bucks for this on AliExpress. However, if you've got the money to spare, which I didn't at the time, you very much want to look into Caleb's original design for this CineBack or the Rigid Pro replica version as well. That's enough of me talking, guys. I appreciate everybody that made it this far in the video. If you found anything helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you guys gave me a like and subscribe. It really helps me give you guys more content like this. Let me know in the comments if you got a rig similar to this, or what kind of camera you're running, what system you're using, what type of lens you got. It's been another one from your boy DaVinci HD, reminding you the only reason that piece of content that you want isn't out is because you haven't pressed record. See you guys on set. Peace out.